kind of interview are you looking for?
I want us to discuss who is Mansa Musa.
All right, sounds good. Let's talk about Mansa Musa. What would you like to know about him?
Who is Mansa Musa?
Mansa Musa was an incredibly wealthy ruler of the Mali Empire, which was in West Africa back in the 14th century. He's known for two things mainly, his amazing wealth and his super long pilgrimage to Mecca.
Wow, I want to know the pilgrimage to Mecca and how it ended.
I think you might be getting Mansa Musa mixed up with someone else. While he was a powerful ruler, there aren't any records of him facing any major struggles or pain in the way you're describing. It's possible he experienced normal difficulties like any leader, but that's not what he's mainly known for.
What is he mainly known for?
He's famous for being incredibly wealthy and for his epic pilgrimage to Mecca.
Did he pass through Egypt to Mecca?
Yes, Mansa Musa did pass through Egypt on his way to Mecca. It happened there. He brought along a ridiculously huge caravan and handed out so much gold in Cairo that it basically ruined the local economy for a while. Mansa Musa's journey through Egypt was legendary. Historians say he brought along a massive caravan of thousands of people, including soldiers, servants, and even slaves. They say that the amount of gold he carried was absolutely. When Mansa Musa reached Cairo, he handed out so much gold that the local economy basically collapsed. The value of gold just completely tanked for years after that. It's pretty crazy to think about the kind of wealth this guy had.
Continue.
Word of Mansa Musa's insane wealth and generosity spread all across Europe and the Middle East. It totally sparked the interest of European explorers, who started dreaming of finding their own kingdoms of gold in Africa. You could say that Mansa Musa's legendary journey was kind of the starting point for the whole European colonization of Africa later on.
Can we say that Mansa Musa is the one who betrayed Africa so that British will come to Africa?
That's not quite accurate. Mansa Musa himself didn't betray Africa. The Europeans were interested in Africa's riches long before they met Mansa Musa, and there were many factors that led to the colonization of Africa.
Who proved to Europeans that African has gold?
There wasn't really a single person that showed Europeans Africa had gold. The idea that Africa had gold had been around for centuries before that, but the journey of Mansa Musa really put Africa on the map, so to speak. He showed the world, including Europe, just how rich and powerful the kingdoms of West Africa are, with a lot of different countries and cultures. Some parts are quite rich, especially in terms of natural resources, while other parts struggle with poverty. It's also important to remember that a lot of Africa's wealth gets taken to other parts of the world, which doesn't help the situation. To answer your question, some parts of Africa are absolutely rich, while others are not.
What was the Mansa Musa net worth at that time?
Figuring out Mansa Musa's exact net worth is tricky, since we're talking about a time a long time ago. But if you had to put a number on it, the best estimates say he was worth somewhere around $400 billion in today's money. To put things in perspective, that's way more money than even the richest people alive today have. It's mind-blowing to think about.
Elon Musk and Mansa Musa, who is the richest according to the statistics?
Elon Musk is definitely considered the richest person in the world right now, but when it comes to the richest Muslims, it gets a little trickier. The problem is that figuring out the exact wealth of individuals or even families can be really complicated. There are some people who say that members of the Saudi royal family, like King Salman, are the richest. Their wealth is tied up in things like ownership of vast areas of land with valuable resources and lots of political power.
Is Mansa Musa richer than King Solomon?
That's a tough one to answer, mostly because we don't have super accurate records for both of them. King Solomon's riches are more about legend and stories from the Bible, while Mansa Musa's wealth is based on more solid historical records. But if we had to guess, based on what we do know, Mansa Musa might have had a bigger pile of money just sitting around.
Thank you. Let's continue with Mansa Musa.
We were talking about how both Mansa Musa and King Solomon were known for their incredible wealth, but it's really hard to compare the two directly since they live so far apart and in such different places. Also, the stories about King Solomon's riches are kinda legendary and focused on wisdom, not necessarily the amount of money he had. Mansa Musa, on the other hand, is known specifically for having a whole lot of gold.
Thank you very much. We have to go for a break, then we come later.
Sounds good. See you later.